Right, so I thought it'd be worth a time to take a look at the PlayStation Vita. I recently repurchased the Vita after a long time without it. I was just a bit nostalgic, to be honest, and I missed the Vita. The Switch is it's nice for a home console, but it's not as portable as one would like. So realistically, I mean, if you're going to go back in time a little bit, you're going to go with the 3DS or the Vita. And I always had a personal preference towards the Vita. Never a big fan of the 3DS, even though I do like Nintendo games. It's nice to have a PlayStation device that is portable, really. You can go back and... But what I've noticed since returning to the Vita is there's a lot of PSP games. So when I owned it, there was only a handful that were available on my Vita, and there's so many I owned that I couldn't even play on the Vita at all. In fact, there's some I had on the PS3 from the PlayStation 1 sort of download sections that weren't on my Vita, and I've just logged in, and now I've got access to my Crash Bandicoots. So there's a lot available here. I've got the Sega Mega Drive collection here. This is a PSP title. I've also got Grand Theft Auto, God of War, you know. So there's plenty of games. And then when I went through the store, you see there's even more available. There's so many available. It's just you ain't gonna get bored. So you've got to consider this is obviously the PSP game, so the picture quality isn't going to be great because the PSP itself isn't that good, is it? No, I had a PSP at the start. I wasn't really a big fan of the PSP. For me, the games were too limited. If I can remember rightly, it didn't have these sticks, which for me hindered it a lot. But, you know, to play Sonic on the go, that's just worth its weight in gold, to be honest. So the way you've got to see this is a Vita is now a Vita and PSP. So you're getting both in one. You don't need to own the PSP really, because so many of the games are available as digital purchases. And another thing I noticed, the store itself isn't even expensive. Plenty of games are seriously low in price. So if we come out of this, obviously you've got plenty of games with that. Currently I only have a 4 gig memory card, which again is that was the biggest problem with the Vita, and it's a hassle for a lot of people is the price of these of the cards. The 4 gig memory cards, you can find them cheap online. Even the 8 gig I think is about £10, but once you start going for the 16, I think that's about 20 quid. 32 gig, you're looking at around 50 quid for the 32 gig card. But if you want a 64 gig, which I think was only available in Japan, you're looking at nearly 80 quid. So, I mean, you've got to consider that. It's nice to have the actual cartridges. Currently, I don't have any cartridges. I'm reliant on sort of the games I previously purchased. The only one I can remember is I've got a demo for Wipeout 2048 because until I get around to actually getting the sort of a cartridge version. This was one of my favourite games when I owned it. I loved Killzone. I think is probably the best game I've played on this. That was mental. So good. It was like playing a PlayStation game. A real full-on PlayStation experience was Killzone. Uncharted was good. So there's every reason to own them. So obviously the screen's touch screen as well, just like the Switch. I was fortunate because I got this quite cheap, to be honest, and it's actually in mint condition. I did go on eBay looking through all the photos. I wasn't necessarily, I mean, I had a budget in mind, but I was literally looking at the photos, zooming in, zooming out. Weren't happy with a lot of them because so many people scratched the back of them. With this one, it's not scratched. I mean, it's a bit of dust now from where I've been holding it and stuff, but no scratches. This is the original version. I made a point of getting the original version. I had the original. I never had the Slim. And then I looked up on the Slim, and it turns out it's it's got a worse screen and more plasticky from what I understand. So I thought, I don't want that. I like this one. I don't really want to change. So now I've got one again. I'm really happy. It was I was on the defence. Do I go with this or do I actually treat myself to the 3DS? Go and play some of those Zelda games I missed out on. But you know what? I needed to get one of these again. I needed to. I mean, to have like this PlayStation quality titles in your pocket, wherever you want to go, and compared to the Switch is great. Let's not get that one. It's so light. The Vita is so light. It's just the memory card system's a bit sucky really, because the games are cheap enough on the store, so it's not like you can have a problem buying games. I mean, even used games aren't even that dear. I think £15 probably the limit. The other thing I noticed with plenty of Lego games, so you know they're easy to pick up and play, aren't they? There's plenty to be doing, plenty to be doing. Let's go and look at the store just to get an idea of the prices. One thing I had a problem with actually, I had to sign an in issue, so I didn't know if it was going to be the Vita itself. You do have to upgrade to the latest version of the software, otherwise you won't be able to sign into the store itself. So obviously I'm all logged in, I'm all set up, as you can see here, so we can try and get zoom a little bit better. So you've got the Vita games, you've got indie games, add-ons for your games, obviously there's demos available, and then you've got the PSP and PS1 classics, minis. I had some minis before, some trailers and some apps. The apps are very limited, there's literally just like Twitch, or pretty much Twitch. But if we look at what yeah, we start. Right, so go through some of the games. There are a few I've seen are scandalous, to be honest. I mean, Need for Speed Most Wanted, they've gone through the roof with that. That's probably the most expensive game on here. They're just jumping on the bandwagon because it's probably the best racing game aside from Wipeout. So you've got Amnesia Memories, $7.99. You've got Angry Birds Trilogy, it's a bit expensive to be honest. I wouldn't really go near at that price. Some of the games I would consider just looking for the cartridges, because if you're going to be paying the sort of prices that are showing, I wouldn't pay these. I mean, you've got Assassin's Creed there, you've got the Chronicles Trilogy. I'm not really into those ones at all, but Liberation, $15.99. Nothing really standing out at the moment. Batman Arkham Origins. It's great that you've got these portable. That's what you've got to consider, the fact that this is on the go. BlazBlue, that'd be a good fighting game. We've got Borderlands 2. £20, I mean, I'd consider looking for a cartridge really for that rate. Broken Sword 5, that'll keep you busy. So Call of Duty Black Ops, that is the same price as Need for Speed Most Wanted. So effectively you buy them two at 90 quid, which is absolutely mental, considering the price of the memory sticks as well. Memory cards, that is nutty. It's nutty to say the least. But I would look at mixing up the digital store with the cartridges as well. I mean, just figure out what way is cheaper. Do it that way. Or maybe just get the games that aren't cartridge based as digital content. The Skier, I'm pretty sure that's a role playing game. Pretty sure, I'm not sure if they've got photos, wait a minute. No, there's no screenshots, sadly. I think it is a role-playing game, so that might be worth checking out, that one. Don't Starve, £11.50. No much different really to the PC version in terms of pricing. Dynasty Warriors, not my sort of game to be honest, but I can see how a lot of people would like them. There's plenty to pick from. Look, you've got a whole bleeding lot here. Dying Reborn, that's pretty new. That's pretty cool, that's available. So you've got look, plenty of Dynasty Warriors if you're into those games. Another thing I noticed is there's a lot of Final Fantasy games as well. Again, that's not really my sort of games really that I enjoy, but you know, if you're into them. Everybody's Golf, cheap enough. F1, it's good options there. Farming Simulator, that's good to have on the go. Why not? Why not? Bit dear though, £25. Maybe there's a cartridge version of that worth looking for. So as you can see, some games are only $3.99, so they're worth a punt, worth a chance. Again, obviously we're only on the Vita versions at the moment, Vita games. Geometry Wars free, I love Geometry Wars. Not worth $30.99 though, I must say, but they've got the God of War collection there. $19.99. Gravity Rush £12.99. You know, they're not over the top here. They're better similar to what you'd pay for a cartridge anyway. Maybe not new, because the cartridge new would have cost a lot of money. Hotline Miami $7.99. So it's not, I don't, you know, it's reasonable and it's attainable. Not too nutty at all. It's a bit annoying there's no editor's choice on the Vita options, because some of the others are editor's choice. As you can see, the Jax games are free, and I'm not sure if they're free to everyone or just on my account. I'm sure there was a time when there was an outage on the PlayStation service a long time ago, and I think that's when they might have offered some free stuff, and that might be why they're free. It's well worth checking. Well worth checking. I don't want to go through every single Vita game here on the download store because there's a lot. Something worth checking out. But Killzone Mercenary, that's a must-have own. Whether you get that or get it on the cartridge. Personally, I'd get the cartridge because it's an 8 gig download, and the memory cards are dear enough as it is. You're just adding that price to a memory card. Why the hell would you pay that sort of money? So there's loads of Lego games. This is going to keep you busy. Loads and loads and loads. I mean, that's so portable. They're so light as well, the Vita. So collect them all on here. Collect them all. Yeah, like I say, I mean, Little Big Planet, that's a must-have game. There's a lot to be playing. I'm going to skip some of these because we don't want to go through every single thing here. But an important one would be this section because obviously it's got Uncharted. And Uncharted's obviously, for me, that's another main one. They've got Tearaway. So you've got Jack and Dax, the trilogy. I don't know why they've done it as a trilogy and they've done it separately as well, so that's a bit nutty, but whatever way you choose to go, it says free on here, so I'm assuming it's free to everyone. There's another Lego game there, Lego Movie, Ratchet and Clank trilogy. You've got to have Ratchet and Clank. Further back there was one at £7.99, a few £3 each, so I think it might be cheaper to buy it separately than buy here, but that's definitely worth owning. I love those games. Love it. So you've got Walking Dead 2 and the final chapter. I don't know why the first one isn't available, but that's another story, I guess. Where are we going? Just trying to find it. There you go. So we got. That's not it. That's it. Golden Abyss. That's Uncharted. So it's 20 quid. You can buy it on the cartridge instead. Really, personally, that's what I would do. It's nice to have in your collection. Unit 13. I think that was one of the very first games on the Vita. That's a shooter as well. Urban Trial, them urban games are brilliant. There's so much to play on this. I mean, I could sit here all day going through the whole lot, but it's pointless. I mean, Wipeout ain't even too dear on here, I don't think. Let's just see if we can find Wipeout just quick. Yeah, Wipeout 2048. Definitely grab that. Definitely grab that. That's the best ship racing on there for sure, and it's hard as hell. Even XCOM's on here. Even XCOM. So, like I say, I mean, I don't want to go too much because I still got to get through. We're going to skip indie for a minute. Demos, don't need themes. PSP, we could quickly check the PSP, but I mean, how many is there? Let's do top picks for PSP so I don't have to go through the whole lot. So you've got God of War, Ghost of Sparta, you've got Gran Turismo, Jack and Daxter, there's the Jack and Daxter game, so you've got Ratchet and Clank, they're only £6.50 each. Let me see if I can just go through it sideways, there you go. So you've got Resistance game, MotorStorm, a GTA game, Platoon, you've got Tekken 6, God of War. I mean, there's loads. That's fun. That's just the top picks. Going back here. Don't know why it keeps doing that. We're just going to scroll down that way. Let's quickly try and get these. So they've got the Final Fantasy as well. So if we're into the Final Fantasy games, I don't know how many they've got, but we've got a lot. You have some filler stuff as well, and the prices do vary. You've got Constructor here for £2.50, then you've got some up here for like £8 for Castlevania. So it's going to be specific to the actual game. Core Borders, that's got to be a bit of fun, isn't it? Crash Bandicoots, that surprised me. I own the first one. I don't know why it ain't even on here. Should be on here, even though I own it, surely. But okay, I don't know if it's available to everyone anymore or not. But so you've got Crash Bandicoot 2, Crash Bandicoot 3, so that's £2 a game. So that's like getting the trilogy, but obviously not remastered. Crash Team Racing, Destruction Derby, and these are very small files. Crash Bandicoot's about 400 and something meg, but something like Destruction Derby, I'm pretty sure was really small, like 70 meg or something. Toy Story 2, Driver. That's a weird one because I actually own Driver, so maybe you can't get the first Crash Bandicoot now. Here's the Final Fantasy, so there's a lot of them, £8 each. If you're into those games, there's a lot to play through from the original PlayStation. You've got Gex. That's one thing that was missing as well. Daxter is available on the PSP because I have it. Metal Gear Solid. The two Abe games are only £4 each. Rayman again, there's a few Rayman games. We've got Resident Evil, the first one and the third one. Spyro, the trilogy, that's pretty cheap, isn't it? £3.99. Street Fighter Alpha 2, Twisted Metal, and the original Wipeout, the very original Wipeout, but only £1.59. That's ridiculous. There are mini games available as well. Staff Pick minis. Let's just quickly check. Probably not stuff we're going to know about, really. Angry Birds, probably the only one that's known about there, right, at £2.50. But there's a lot of content. There's a lot of content. I can only show what I've got at the moment. I am upgrading very soon. I'll have better memory card. I'll have more cartridge-based games. So we've been through that. We'll do Super Stardust because I do like these sort of games. So long it takes to load. So just consider the fact, obviously, it's portable. It's the fact that it's so portable. The memory card goes. Where did I put the memory card? Memory card goes in a little slot there. You've got the cartridges going in the top. You've got sensors on the back, so you can. It's touch sensitive. You've got touch screen. Got a camera on the back, camera on the front. I think there's like front and back camera. Pretty ahead of its time, really. The only thing that let it down wasn't necessarily the games, it was the memory card, sadly. Just keep going. Shoot, shoot, shoot. That's all we want. Oh, I love these games. These games, they're simple but addictive. One thing I would say about the PlayStation games, the PlayStation 1 games, they are obviously back in a period when it wasn't widescreen compatible. When I loaded up Crash Bandicoot, it was a square, so it wasn't taking up the full screen. Now I don't know if there's a setting to change that. So that's that one. Standard Food, it's a bit dull. We've got the Mega Drive, this is worth checking out. Lumines is well worth owning Lumines. Who doesn't love that? If you're a fan of Tetris at all, this is for me, this was the PlayStation alternative. And it's mental, I love it, I love it. Nowadays, I think you can pretty much get it on all devices.
Luminous Electronic Symphony.
Yeah, the one thing I would say is it's well worth grabbing one, especially if you can get it cheap. Considering the fact I think they're about £150 when they were first out. Now you can get one second hand for like 60, 65, 70 quid. Memory cards obviously a lot cheaper than they were when they were brand new. So the question is, do I regret grabbing one again? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I know I made the right decision. This is going to keep me entertained. To be honest, I don't play the Switch too often. I actually passed it down to my daughter because it was, you know, she was loving it. I was liking it in short bursts. And I'm finding going back to these devices like the Wii U for my Nintendo games, going to back to my Switch, and I mean get the Vita, and just getting back to those moments are just fun. It's all about the games at the end of the day, and this is so portable. You can literally take this anywhere. It's so light. It does fit in your pocket, whereas you can't get the Switch in your pocket. So I would say well worth grabbing one. Don't be put off by the stigma of the Switches. It was dead when it was made, it's dead now, there's nothing coming. Doesn't matter that nothing's coming. Nothing doesn't matter. There's so much to collect and there's so much to play. And it will still keep you entertained. It will still keep you entertained. And it will keep the kids entertained. You know, it is a fantastic device. It's well built, it feels premium, it feels really good, and it's a huge step up from the PSP itself, and for me personally it's a much better console than the 3DS.